It's a sports betting spotlight from the Book at the Link with sportsbook director John Lukasik, who also oversees the Cromwell and Flamingo sports books. Going to give you college football week 5, 3 picks each here. Handicapper Kelly Storr was a late scratch, but we have her pick. She left with us and is here in spirit. But John, who are your first 2 plays in college this week?
Kentucky -1 versus South Carolina. This one actually opened up as a pick'em. Got Kentucky -1 right now. I'm just riding high on them. It's really funny. When I actually did a Google search of Kentucky Wildcats stats, on the first 2 pages of Google, there's only one entry for football. The rest was all basketball. I mean, that really says a lot about this team. This team's not historically known, obviously, for their football program. They're ranked really high this year. They've been very efficient in passing, 58 of 88, but only 5 receiving touchdowns. I actually like Benny Snell Jr., 87 carries, 540 yards, and 7 touchdowns on the ground. I think Kentucky's gonna be all right in this one.
At home, they just beat Mississippi State, 28-7, big upset.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Next, I really like Michigan here, -14. You know, Michigan plays like they have something to prove every game. After that loss against Notre Dame in week 1, they've actually been outscoring their opponents 150-33 in the last 3 games. They have a very balanced attack, 835 yards in the air, 848 on the ground. And, you know, Karan Higdon averaging 7.9 yards a carry here. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 15 for 169 in the air for 4 touchdowns. He's proven to be Shea Patterson's favorite target, and U of M's out for blood here. I mean, they are playing like they have something to prove, and I think the Wildcats are their next victim, Todd.
Yeah, that line, I think, opened at 9, and it's gone up to, what, 13?
14.
14. Okay, yeah, a good D as well. Oregon is off that crushing loss to Stanford in overtime and blowing a late lead, and now they're at a rising California team that has had 2 weeks to prepare. They have a solid defense. They beat BYU earlier this year at BYU, and that looks a lot better after BYU beat Wisconsin. They're 8-3 against the spread as a dog under Justin Wilcox. And the Ducks are not the same away from Autzen. They're 0-6 against the spread in their last 6 away from home, and they've lost 9 of 10 on the road to Power 5 teams. So going with Cal, getting a field goal at home. Also going to go with Clemson, laying 24 against Syracuse. This is a revenge game. Clemson lost at the Carrier Dome last year, and they were 21-point favorites there. And now they're just laying 24 at home. First start for the fantastic freshman Trevor Lawrence. I think he's really going to ignite that offense, and their defense has been lights out. I'm looking for a Clemson blowout in that one. And I'll give you our best bet in college. What's your best bet?
Definitely not a traditional team here. I'm going Coastal Carolina Chanticleers, plus 14.
What is a Chanticleer?
So Chanticleer is actually from medieval fables. It's a very powerful rooster.
Oh.
I guess they chose that as their
good
mascot.
Knowledge right there. Just put you on the spot, man.
Yeah, they chose that as their mascot. Plus 14 at Troy. The Chanticleers actually have 1,066 rushing yards. They have 3 players with more than 215 rushing yards. I love that rushing attack. They're 49-7 in the air, 9 touchdowns, only 1 interception here. Yes, Troy beat Nebraska. That was their big win. But you know who else beat Nebraska this year? Every other team that's played Nebraska. So I'm not that impressed with that win. And Coastal Carolina, they also have a player named Chance Thrasher. I just love that name. You gotta go with a team that has a player named Chance Thrasher.
That's a great name.
So I like Coastal Carolina here.
All right, I'm going Notre Dame at home against Stanford, one of the games of the week. They opened as a 3-point favorite. They're up to 5.5. You always want to be on the same side as the book. The book usually wins out in the end. And Notre Dame handed the reins at quarterback to quarterback Ian Book last week. And the offense exploded with 56 points at Wake Forest. They could finally throw the ball. Book threw for 325 yards, threw for 2 touchdowns, ran for 3. Stanford's off the miracle overtime win, and now at Oregon, and now they have to hit the road again and go halfway across the country here. I just think it's a tough spot for the Cardinal. Take the Irish to win this fight. And then for Kelly, left us her picks. She also has Cal getting 3 points from Oregon. She's going against you. She has Northwestern plus 14, and she's taking Texas Tech, getting 3.5 against West Virginia at home. That's our spotlight, college football week 5.